hi. Hello, everyone. And welcome to the 47th Pan-European Conference on Digital Education. I can see a lot of comments already coming in. So hello from Romania, from Macedonia. I saw hello from Italy, from Serbia, and yes, many others. We are reading your comments. We are very happy actually that you are tuning in with us. It's almost 4 years now. So thank you to every one of you that is tuning in. Of course, you are welcome to put your comments and your questions throughout the whole conference. We will read them, we will share them with the presenters and so on. But yes, the Pan-European Conference would not be the same also without our presenters. So due to some complications, we actually, as you probably saw from the program, had 4 presentations today. For the moment, we only have 1 presenter in the stream, so the schedule will be a bit different. We will start with our last presentation. And I will invite Enes, the presenter now also in the studio, to say a few words about him and about the organization. Hi, Enes.
Hello, Tina. It's a pleasure for me to join with all of you and with our participants today. And I am Enes, and I'm a founder of CORBIZ institution. And that's all for me for now.
Okay, so then I would suggest that we start with your presentation. I will share the screen, and I will, of course, if there will be any questions, I will pose them in the end. But before we start, just a few practical things for our participants. So I will just for the short moment remove you from the stream and then call you back. Yes, as you know, the link for the certificate of attendance of the Pan-European Conference is always shared in the comments on our Facebook and YouTube page, and I will share it now and multiple times throughout the presentations, so you will be able to find it. Please keep in mind that you have 24 hours to apply for the certificate, but then sometimes it takes a few moments for the certificate to arrive. The second thing is that all the presentations are already posted in our Facebook group, Pan-European Conference on Digital Education. If you are not yet a member, kindly invited to join. And yes, as I said about the comments and questions, welcome to post them. At the end of the presentations, the presenters will be happy to answer them. The last thing is also the evaluation, which we ask you to fill in at the end of the conference. Your feedback is valuable for us so that we know how to improve, what to change. And of course, if you have any suggestions, you are welcome to let us know. Okay, yes, that will be it from my side, and I will now call Enes, and also we will start the first presentation. Hi, Enes.
Hello again, and thank you very much. Today I'm supposed to be the last, but it will start with me. So, as being the first presenter, I will be presenting a project that we are in terms of implementing with also STEP. And we are partnering, and it's a project of Erasmus Plus projects, which is implemented under the scope of Erasmus Plus program. And with that project, we are developing some training contents, especially in order to enhance the skills of all individuals, especially in field of digital literacy and also artificial intelligence and what will be the reflections of the improvement of artificial intelligence and related technologies. But first of all, in order to make you to learn more about the project, which I'm going to tell in much more in detail, maybe it's better to start with an animated video that we have prepared for the project, which tells about the goals and achievements of the project. And then we will move along with the other documents. But firstly, we can start with the animated movie. So, as you see with this short animated movie, we have created some kind of training content and also some research, how the developments and especially the technical recent developments will affect to the work places, and how the effect of the new technologies, if it will improve or not being too well for the workforce and of the especially the knowledge of the workers. So with that project, we also aim to develop some kind of other related tools and materials. And now I will present you another video, which will be much more in detail about our project's developments. So we can move along with the second video. So the project is about like developing competences for the employees, and the most important thing is the future employee profile requires new competences, and especially the important thing that they have to adopt is like being much more developed in kind of the competences like emotional intelligence, teamwork, adaptability, critical thinking, and problem solving, regardless of their profession. And in that sense, the main objective of the BAI project is like supporting workers to develop necessary skills to deal efficiently and satisfactorily with the challenges about artificial intelligence and related technologies, and how to adapt them to their everyday work. And also, our project had some kind of specific objectives which we tried to fulfill. And one is that to providing necessary knowledge to enable employees how the nature of work is changing, and what can be the challenges and what can be the advantages of it and the change of in the work environment. And also, it's very crucial to make people, especially workers, to understand the importance of the changes happening with the technological developments, and we aim to promote literacy in artificial intelligence and robotics, because the thing is, maybe you are experiencing in these days, at least every day there are some kind of news or some kind of developments related to the artificial intelligence, and everybody is talking about artificial intelligence and how the changes it's going to make in our lives. But especially the first important thing, the basic thing, is that to understand the fundamentals and the basics of the artificial intelligence. So the project also aimed to create some kind of a library which makes everyone to understand about the artificial intelligence and what is its basics. And also we aim to developing of non-cognitive skills, which are very essential in the working environments. And in that, in order to do that, we have developed a training content. And also, it's very important to raise awareness on the change and the related developments happened in the workplaces. And with the project, we targeted various target groups, and one of them is especially the workers. And because it's very important, especially for the low-skilled workers, to make understand how the artificial intelligence and related technologies change the working places, the way of doing business, the way of doing work, and especially it's very important to understand how the workplaces will transform. And also our second target group was the human resources and training managers, because they need to have a training contents in good quality, which they can train some workers, especially in field of artificial intelligence, and also labor counselors of vet centers, because vocational in terms of vocational development, it's very important to understand how the changes are happening and what will be the future needs of the employers, and how they can train employees in a much more efficient way in order to make them occupied. And with the project, we aim to have two major results, which one of is case studies compilation, and with the with the case study compilation across Europe, we made a huge research. All partners made this research, and especially in this project, the partners were from Spain, Poland, Slovenia, Turkey, and also from various European countries, also from Italy. And especially based on these countries, we have made a theoretical research in a detailed way, and also we have contacted with companies which are already observing the changes related to the developments in field of artificial intelligence and related technologies. So that case study compilation is already finalized, and it's possible to read and understand the recent developments in artificial intelligence and its reflections on the workforce. And the other big development with the project is creating a training, especially on artificial intelligence literacy and the key soft skills. So with that, we have developed 4 modules, and these 4 modules is for understanding and adapting the skills and competences which are essential for continuously work on the artificial intelligence and increase the skills of the workers when they are working also with artificial intelligence. So mainly this is our project, and the project partnership is consisted from the organizations that you are seeing below, and also, yeah, I forgot to mention our Portuguese partner also, because we had also one from Portugal. And as a partner of that project from CORBIZ, we have also did our best to develop the general contents of the project. And I think if there are some questions, we can go through. And also, I can also advise you to visit the project website, because from the project website, which is basically bioproject.eu, it is possible to see and observe the reports and the trainings, and even from the website you can go and do the whole training from the project website, and you can also download the project's outcomes. And yeah, for the questions, I saw one, okay, from Alina, I guess. My teenager boys are very interested in artificial. How can I send them an Erasmus project? Especially more and more the projects, Erasmus projects in field of artificial intelligence and Erasmus field is increasing, and many organizations are now making some trainings in field of, not only in field of vocational education, but also in field of youth. So I think the best thing is that following some kind of project groups, especially maybe in LinkedIn or in Instagram or Facebook. And also there is a platform of European Union which is named Salto, and from Salto platform it's possible to follow up the training opportunities, and you can follow all these opportunities from there. There's some more question, I'll be happy to respond.
Hi, Enes. Hi, did you finish with your presentation?
Yeah, I was just answering some questions, and I saw one question also from Kazakhstan, and saying that can students from Kazakhstan join the research? Actually, this is a finalized project, and you can go and observe and use all the materials during the training from the project website that I said, bioproject.eu. And then also the institutions from Kazakhstan can be also partners of that kind of projects. It depends on the type of the program, but yes, from Kazakhstan it's also possible for Kazakhstani organizations to join some of that kind of projects. And I think the last question is from Chloe, and
I can show it on the screen. Yeah.
Actually, it's not a project, but yeah, it's not a question, but okay. And especially we would be more than happy if you make your students to observe the training of our project from our website, from the project's website, and it's possible to make your students learn about much more in detail about artificial intelligence. So I'm not sure if I can write from there, but you can go from the project website and have all the trainings. It's bioproject.eu. So more or less it's easy to understand from the project website if you want some much more deeper integration with that project.
Yes, and also your presentations are in the group, so if they need some links and to go to the project website, they can always see there. Okay, did you want to continue with something else, or?
I think that's all. If there is no more any question, so not to exceed much more our time.
No, not for now, but if anyone remembers any question for Enes, we can still ask him at the end. Okay. But for now, thank you very much for your presentation, and I will now call other presenters as well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So we will now continue with other presentations as the participants have joined. So we will go to Eleni. Hello, Eleni. Let's just wait a little bit so that we can see the picture. Can you hear us? Hi. Eleni? Okay, let's wait a second to see if she is able to join. But yes, so Eleni has a presentation on leveraging digital technologies for enhanced education process, a case study of collaborative projects between two schools. Hi, Eleni. Can you see and hear us?
Yes, I can see you and I can hear you. Hello, nice to see you. I am Eleni. My friends call me Elena. I'm from Greece, and I will present you. I am a teacher, primary school teacher, and an English teacher. But I work I have been working for the last 4 years as a primary school teacher. And last year we made a collaboration with a colleague of mine from another city on the frame of reading. We wanted to guide, to how can I say, to inspire our students to start reading, because reading books is a huge problem these days. Students are using only digital gadgets to read, so we wanted the old-fashioned way, the paper guide. Do you want me to say something else about myself, my qualifications? I think.
If you want to say a few words about yourself, you are, of course, more than welcome. And then I suggest you also share your screen and you start your presentation, and I will go into the background.
Okay. As I told you, I have been teaching in primary school. I have a postgraduate degree in leadership, and also I am a scientific ambassador. So I promote science and STEM education, which I believe a lot. STEM education. I would like more art in the new digital technology. I use digital technology, but combining with the old-fashioned way of teaching, because I think students need both things. Because of the multi-intelligence that we have, we can learn from different stimulations. Without any further ado, I would like to start presenting. More or less, I will present you what we did in the classroom.
Okay, then when you share your screen, I will add it to the presentation so that everyone will be able to see it.
Okay, I want to, okay.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
Okay, now you are, yes, welcome to start.
Okay, so I can handle it on my computer.
Yes, you can handle it. You can try and see, but you can handle it from your computer, yes.
Okay, is it? Can I do it? Because, okay, yes, I do it. We are two colleagues in this project, me and my friend Chrysi. She's a school principal this year. And we wanted, as I told you, to acquaint our students, to get them know the author Alkizé. Alkizé is a Greek writer, and we celebrated last year 100 years from her birth. And because it was a turning point in literature, in Greek literature, we wanted to do this project with our students, so more students will get to know her books. She's very pleasant, she was, and she still is. She doesn't live, of course, anymore. A very pleasant author and very popular among teenage years. So we wanted to enrich their vocabulary because these days we noted that the students, because they don't read a lot, they use a lot of TikTok and other gadgets and devices and apps with very fast and slug vocabulary and language. So we wanted to enrich their vocabulary in Greek, because if they don't read, they can't write. Also, to talk about the protagonists, about the plot of the play, to also understand the challenging situation someone can face when he reads a book, and to understand also the benefits of collaborative learning. We wanted to use digital tools and generally to put them into the literature world in an easy way. This happened in April 2023. 4 students took place in this project. They were 6th grade. They were about 11, 12 years old. 2 schools from Komotini. All the project lasted 6 hours. And in Greece, we use a platform, which is an educational platform. It's called WebEx. And through this platform, we met together with our first through this platform. We met with our the other students, and they shared some information about themselves. We used digital tools like Gmail, Padlet, WordArt, Photodendro, which is an app that in Greece, the educational system in Greece uses. We used whatever was very easy for the students, whatever the digital background they had, so they could produce something relevant to what we did. Our project was divided into 4 units. In the first unit, we had a cross presentation. We connected through the platform, and we talked. Sorry, there are some. And we talked about ourselves, a few words. In the second part, we had also a remote connection, and we talked about the biography of this author and her work. And the last 3 and 4 units were in-person meetings. So they visited our school first, and then we visited their school. It was very fun for kids to do this. Here in this slide, I describe more what we did, but I wouldn't like to tire you with these things. Also, this is important. The students from one class introduced themselves to the other class using digital tools of PowerPoint, and with this, we took advantage of this situation, and we talked about digital etiquette rules. What means to share data, personal data through the internet, what data can we share, and in what ways. And that, and also we promoted the fact that the internet is ruled by rules of etiquette, which we have to follow. When we wanted to talk about the biography and Alkizé's work, the 2 classes take on specific section regarding to the life and the work. The one class talked about her life, and the other class about her work. So we exchanged information. When they visited our schools, our students were divided into groups, so they had to make a tour of the visitors in our school and talk about our school, the history of our school, what we do in every classroom, which they find very, very challenging. It was the first time that so many students so eager to split up in groups and do a job. They did a great job. They were great guidance. In the guided tour of the school, we used Bebot robot. We made a small project with the Bebot robot, which is a very easy way to understand coding. And then we used Padlets. What we did with the Padlets, we had Padlets open. Every kid had, in groups, had a tablet, and they had to present one book of this author on the Padlet. So we made a collage Padlet with all the books of the author. And when we exchanged visitors, they welcomed in our schools, and in their school, they told us what every room is used and how they do their lessons and where they rest and where they play, which was also super important for my kids, for my students, because they saw that and other students do the same things as they do and have the same needs. So we promote inclusion as well. Then in their school we used word art and to create a poster. And with a QR code creator, we conveyed this poster and in other schools. And this poster had the book covers, some phrases from the books of the authors, some popular phrases. What were the results? The results were a lot better than we expected. The teams worked perfectly. The students met their classmates, got to know them a lot better. They collaborated perfectly. I had students who hated reading and they start reading at least half a chapter of a book, and they loved it, which was a very big, I think, victory. They expressed the personal experience from the contact with literary text. They improved their language expressions. Their interest was activating. They cultivated their aesthetic criteria, what they liked, what they didn't like in the books, in the dialogues of the book, in the plots of the book. Some books were slow, some books were fast, more adventurous. So they developed a taste in literature. They practiced the reading of the message, fostering literacy. They cultivated the climate of teamwork, as I told you. They developed the critical and creative thinking, and they gave empathy. They gained, empathy because they knew the heroes better. They got to know the heroes better, and they really liked them. Here you can see some photos of the exchanging of the students, the exchanging visitings of the students. You can see that students and teachers had great fun because we thought a little out of the box. We lived for a while out of the box of our classroom. You can see the kids working in groups and use the tablets, and in the big screen on the projector you can see the Padlet product that we made. That was it. I wish I didn't tire you. Thank you so much for your attention.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm sure you didn't tire them. We actually have also one question, okay?
Yeah,
I
cool.
will now share it on the screen and also read out loud. So, do you think that the educational projects help the students for developing the abilities of thinking and the practical abilities, and explain why?
Is a wonderful question. Tell you the truth, I didn't believe in that in the beginning, that we would do a change in that. But as this project went on, yes, it helped them develop their abilities of thinking, because I had some students which were ignorant about literature, about reading. They hated this project from scratch. And they started looking at their students. This peer learning, it's super important, and it helps a lot. So they thought. At the end, the students that didn't like that much literature and reading books started thinking what they like and what they don't like in a book, what kind of book they would like to read, what happens in a book, how you can be transferred in these imaginary situations, and the practical abilities. It helped a lot without my guidance, how they build their teams. They built their teams. They collected the leader of the team. They did the PowerPoint presentation of the book all by themselves. They keep the record about the borrowing books. Who borrowed the book? He didn't return it. He had to return it, so the other kid will return the book. So I think that this hands-on experience was very, very, very beneficial for them. It needs time, of course. It needs patience, because it takes a lot of time, and you think that you do little things, but at the end it was amazing.
Okay.
I don't know if I answered the question.
I think you did. If I would be the judge, I think you did.
Thank you so much.
But yes, of course, we can see also from the comments if Claudia wants to reply anything else. But for now, I didn't. She said, thank you very much. Reading books is very nice and interesting activity, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. We wanted so much to combine reading, old-fashioned reading from a book that you have to touch the book, to smell the book, to turn the page, and with digital tools. And I think that we did a good job.
We've succeeded.
Yes, I think we have succeeded, and we show the kids that it's good to use digital tools. I believe in digital tools, but also the old-fashioned way is good as well.
Yeah. Well, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes. If there will be any more questions, I will ask you at the end, but now we will go on to the next presentation. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we are going now to our third presenter and third presentation. Hello, Melissa.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks.
Hello. Okay, look, I suggest if you want to say just a few words about you, your organization, and then you can share the screen and you can start presenting.
Yes, okay. My name is Melissa Esposito, and I am a math teacher. I am from Italy. I've been teaching mathematics in high school. My school is called Medi in San Giorgio a Cremano, Naples, Italy, and for 29 years. And after graduating in 1994, and I am interested in different and various projects, including e-twinning projects that allow twinning between different European schools. And I am IIU Country Director Italia, IIU Country Director Italy, Country Director for IDM, Global Community Leader for GEM, and so on. But I am also a Nearpod certified educator, verified educator on COUT Academy, educator coach and trainer, and Wakelet educator on COUT, and community leader, book creator, verified author. I work a lot with coding and gamification. Gamification is games-based learning are my favorite teaching methodologies that I use a lot in my teaching. I am an international speaker about education and a lot of different topics, in particular mathematics, and I'm specializing in the Sustainable Development Goals of the 2030 Agenda, in particular Goal 4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. I spoke in different international conferences, and I write texts for a math videos for www.eduboom.it, and I am a translator of texts about mathematics for edupuzzle.com. And I write for a website about great mathematicians and mathematical anecdotes. My favorite teaching methodology, as I said, is gamification, because the playful approach to this discipline, accompanied by passion for teaching, has always been my modus operandi. Okay, let's begin. Now I will share my screen, and I will present. Give me only 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. And of course, later on, if you want to share the websites that you have just described, you can write in our chat, and I will put also them in the comments.
Okay, thanks. Okay, let's begin. I will share the presentation. Wait a moment, only 1 moment.
Yeah, no problem. We will wait.
Okay. Do you see my presentation?
Not for the moment. Did
Oh,
you?
wait. Okay, I am to present. Slide.
Yeah. So I will see it come in, and then I will put it on the platform when you share it with me as well.
Okay.
Will you? Okay. Yes. Wait. Okay. Yes, I will. I see it. Okay. Yes. Welcome to start.
Okay. I want to speak to you about teaching strategies for enhancing mathematics learning, and this is my presentation. Wait a moment, I have a problem. So, let's start. Mathematics is a very useful subject for most vocations and higher specialized course and of learning. What students learn is extremely important, but how students learn is also important, because their learning experiences directly influence their willingness to engage to engage in future learning. So let's continue. The learning of mathematics is a complex and dynamic process involving interaction between previously acquired levels of understanding and conceptualization and incorporating of new materials. Reading and writing encourages the level of cognitive activities, which maximizes the potential of learners to successfully modify the structure of mathematical knowledge. The focus is more on the process involved in doing mathematics rather than the study of algorithms and procedures. Consequently, this emphasis has stimulated the teachers to expand their repertoire of teaching methodologies. The use of reading and writing as instructional tools has been receiving a great deal of support among educators of mathematics. Achievements in mathematics in a given language seems to be related to the degree of proficiency in that language. Understanding mathematical problems requires critical reading skills. Problem solving involves critical thinking skills as analytical, inferential, sequential, synthetics, and evaluation skills. So even today, the term mathematics brings on different meanings to different people. To certain individuals, mathematics is associated with structure, precision, logic, and problems. To others, the term mathematics brings on images of the use of symbols, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, problem solving, and memorization of rules. School children may view mathematics as something abstract that needs to be learned in order to pass examination. Renowned mathematicians interpret the mathematics differently. For example, Gauss defined the mathematics as the king of science, science that uses simple terminologies to describe complex ideas. Danzig considered it the language of science, and so on. These different views on the nature of mathematics can be attributed to the complexity of the subject, and this links to daily activities such as in businesses, administration, and information management. For example, students often fail to understand what a problem requires. The teacher's aim is to enable the children to better read and understand the text, to more easily identify the solution algorithm. A characteristic of a mathematical practice is the resolution of problems, which must be understood and as authentic and significant questions, often linked to daily life and not just repetitive exercises or questions to which one responds simply by remembering a redefinition or a rule. The importance of the teacher's guidance and of discussions with the peers is underlined to lead the student to deal with the problem situation with the confidence and determination, representing them in different ways, conducting appropriate explorations, dedicating the time necessary to the precise identification of what is known and what we intend to find, and identifying possible solution strategies to have control over the solution process and compare the results with the objectives. But let's speak. Why are effective math strategies important for students? Unlike other subjects, math builds on itself. You can successfully move forward without a strong understanding of previous materials. And this makes math instruction difficult. To succeed in mathematics, students need to do more than memorize formulas or drill timetables. They need to develop a full understanding of what their math lesson mean and how they translate into the real world. To reach that level of understanding, you need a variety of teaching strategies. Conceptual understanding doesn't just happen at the whiteboard, but it can be achieved by incorporating fun math activities into your lessons, including hands-on practice, collaborative projects, gamified or game-based learning. Very often I use game-based learning methodology, so my maths lessons are full, fun, and interesting. I use a lot of digital tools for this reason, such as Nearpod and Kahoot, quizzes, learning apps, and so on. Repetition and homework are important, but for these lessons to really stick, your students need to find the excitement and wonder in math. So getting students excited about math problems, creating excitement around math can be a field battle, but it's one you and your students can win. Math is a challenging subject, and both to teach and to learn, but it's also one of the most rewarding. Finding the right mix of fun and learning can bring a lot of excitement to the classroom, and it is important. Think about what your students already love doing. Video games, Legos. Use these passions to create exciting math lesson plans your students can relate to. Hands-on math practice can engage can engage students that have disconnected from math, putting away the pencils and moving students out of their desks can re-energize your classroom. If you are teaching elementary or middle school math, find ways for your students to work together in groups. Kids this age crave a peer interaction, and so don't fight it, provide it. Play a variety of math games or puzzles. Give them a chance to problem solve together and build real-world skills in the classroom while also boosting the student confidence. And be sure that to celebrate all the wins. It is easy to get bogged down with instruction and testing, but even the smallest accomplishments are worth celebrating. And these rewarding moments will keep your students motivated and pushing forwards. And what about math lessons? As a mathematics teacher, it's easy to dream about the dynamite lesson you could plan and deliver if only you had a little more time up to sleep, your sleep. And but we don't live in a perfect world. With the time at a premium, it's not always possible to prepare cutting-edge resources and coordinate lengthily study focused activities. So that doesn't mean your teaching has to suffer. There is still plenty you can do to foster conceptual understanding in your day-to-day lesson. Here, there are 6 simple yet effective instructional strategies for mathematics that you can weave into your daily practice. First of all, math conceptual understanding a priority. For students to use mathematics flexibility and grapple with complex problems. And they need more than facts and procedures. They need a deep understanding of mathematical concepts themselves. Here's how you make conceptual understanding a priority in your classroom. First of all, use visual strategies. Making a concept visual allows students to see how an abstract concept translates to a physical scenario. Use illustrated problems or hands-on activities and encourage students to use visual methods of their own, for example, drawing, and when solving problems. Seeing a problem in a different way is also builds the brain's neural networks, increasing understanding and retentions. And also use the schema approach. The schema is the underlying pattern behind mathematical concept. Also abstraction problems, for example, revolve around a certain amount of something being taken away from an original amount. Once a student grasps the schema, they will be able to notice it in a different array of different problems. To do this, put similar word problems, for example, additional ones, side by side, and help students to discover what they have in common. See if they can express these in words that might apply to other problems and of the same type. And explicitly teach the mathematics vocabulary of a concept. First, show the different ways a concept might be expressed in words. Addition, for example, might be expressed as a 2 quantities together or a combined amount. Once they broaden their maths vocabulary, they'll be able to use concepts much more flexibly. Here are some fun ways to build mathematical vocabularies. Display words on posters around your classroom. And have students bookmark a mathematics dictionary on their browser. And then have students write down a mathematical word which they then describe to a partner without using the word itself. The partner has to guess which mathematical concept it is. And so it is very enjoying. Set meaningful homework that builds on class learning. If you hear the bell ring and in the last minute panic, yell out in order to complete exercise 15.2, 16 odd number questions and every second column. We have been there. After all your lessons, planning a meaningful homework sometimes slips throughout the cracks. So if you integrate homework into your lesson plans, you'll find it much easier to set activities that with deep understanding and engage students than that much more. Think about how your students might reflect on or connect new knowledge at home, rather than just blindly practicing thought processes. For example, they could teach someone else in the family about what they've learned, find a real-life application of the lessons concept somewhere in their home, and put theory into practice with a hands-on activity, for example, creating a timetable cooking. Ask qualitative or value questions of family members where appropriate. And then you have to use cooperative learning strategies. Cooperative learning has three major benefits in mathematics. First of all, it encourages students to express their mathematical thinking, which in turn gives them greater clarity of thought and self-awareness of their own problem-solving strategies. Secondly, communicating with others exposes students to different mathematical approaches, which they can use to think more flexibly. It mirrors the way mathematics is done, and they can use outside the classroom, where people with different strengths work together to solve challenging real-world problems. And here's how you can use cooperative learning strategies effectively in your classroom. The puzzle bridges approach to group work, and use the puzzle bridges approach where each learner is given a unique piece of information to share with the rest of the group to solve a problem. That way, every student has to get involved, and everyone has something to contribute regardless of ability level. For example, find some examples of puzzle piece activities. Take time to reflect. Build in reflection time after a collaborative activity for students to reflect on what worked, which strategies they found helpful, and how being exposed to other ways of reasoning has made them think differently. And then be strategic when allocating groups. A mix of ability levels will mean top-level students can consolidate their understanding by guiding the activity, while others can learn from more experienced peers. That way, students never miss out on learning, even if they are always helping others. In fact, research suggests that teaching others yields the highest retention of any strategy. And then use strategic questioning. Strategic questions can help turn a regular chalk and talk lesson into a deep learning experience, or scaffold the learning acting as students advance into more challenging territory. And then try using open-ended questions, such as, tell me how you solved that. Instead of congratulating a student when they get an answer correct and moving on, ask them to communicate their approach. This achieves two things. First, the student is encouraged to reflect on their own thought process in detail, instead of just doing the math automatically. They'll understand exactly the steps they took and begin to see how this might be adapted to future, more challenging problems. Other students get the opportunity to see how they could have solved the problem, and even if they struggled to do so originally. Then, is there any other way of solving this? Asking students to elaborate on different approaches to the same question highlights that there is no single correct way of doing the mathematics. Moreover, students might discover some new mental mathematics tips or strategies from their peers that they can use in future activities. Does this probably remind you of anything else you have done before? Before students start shrugging their shoulders in response to an unfamiliar problem, ask them if it reminds them of anything they've done before. They'll start to notice previously encountered concepts underneath the surface. This habit of checking for familiarity is what produces flexible and agile mathematical thinkers. Where could you use this? Or where would you see this used in real world? These questions drive home the relevance of the learning. And instead of a procedural knowledge alone, students will also come away with an understanding on how to apply the knowledge. And focus on real problem solving and reasoning. In the world beyond the classroom, mathematics takes the form of complex problems as opposed to straightforward questions. For this reason, the most effective instruction equips students with the problem solving and reasoning skills and they'll need for real life. But this doesn't mean an arbitrary word problem with apples and oranges. Instead, the best problems are real. That means that they are open-ended. Instead of funneling students to a particular solution, keep it open to different approaches. Approximate relevant world scenarios, or even better, invite students to get hands-on with the real items. Encourage students to collaborate and explore different perspectives. Don't spell out exactly what students need to do. Let them trial different procedures until they settle on a strategy that works instead. And use a mixed modus of assessment. A variety of formative and summative assessment types will allow you to assess conceptual learning as well as fact recall. Build on what students know instead of just assessing what they don't. Notice gaps in the learning before final test. And some assessment types that provide an alternative to standard time testing are reflections, portfolios, and peer assessments. Interview, teach the class activities. Learning doesn't have to choose for assessment to take place. Try and integrate it to, for example, by assessing students' collaborative abilities while they do a group tasks. Okay. My speech is ended, and I thank you for listening to me. I hope everything is clear.
Okay. Yes, thank you for the presentation. I will show you some comments because they are saying that it was very interesting and that thank you very much, that the strategies and what you have told us is very important and valuable. So yes, I'm just showing you some comments. There is no direct question, but I think people really liked your presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Melissa. Yes, so to everyone who is with us, who is watching us, we have now come to the end of our conference. We were, as you know, supposed to have one more presentation, but unfortunately it was cancelled. But you are more than welcome to join us again next month on the 28th of March, again the last Thursday of March. It will be already the 48th Pan-European Conference, which means 4 years of doing the conference. So thank you to each and every one of you. Please don't forget that I have posted the link to the evaluation of the conference, which you can, of course, answer and let us know what you think. So it's in the comments on the Facebook and YouTube page. And if you want to apply for the certificate, you have 24 hours to do so. Yes, stay in touch with us. Either join the Pan-European Conference group on Facebook, where you can also find all the presentations from today, on our regular Facebook or Instagram page, or of course meet us at one of our KA1 courses. So yes, I think that's it. Thank you once again to all the hellos, and thank you that you have posted in the comments. We will say goodbye also to the presenters once again. If anyone wants to add anything now, you are more than welcome. I also wanted to share, because Enes has shared 2 of the websites with me. So one is from the project, and the other one is from CORBIZ, from your institution, right? So to everyone, you can see them here now. But the presentations, yes, you can find in our group. So did you want to add anything else? Any one of you? No?
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and hope to see you again. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Same for me. Thank you a lot for listening to me and for this great opportunity to speak for you. I'm always available for you. Again.
I also would like to thank you for this great opportunity. And we learn a lot about a lot of things about our colleagues when we share this kind of experiences, because teaching is something very, very alive and changing. So any ideas are welcome. I would like to thank my colleagues for the things that they shared with us. It was very enriching for us.
We always learn. We are always learners. Always.
Yes.
In our life.
Yes, we are the best students.
Yes.
It's unstoppable.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much to all of you, and see you next month. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.